Okay, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everyone. Hope you're all well and you are in best state of health and iman, inshallah ta'ala. May Allah make it easy for us to adjust with the timings. My apologies for the late notification of time. So we had started a new lesson, and the rule that we started, if you remember last week, was possessed and possessor. So at this time, I won't be using the Arabic terminology for the time being, just so that it's easier to understand, inshallah. So, possessed and possessor. So, I'm going to go through the rule, inshallah. Any questions, please feel free to ask. Then we're going to go back to the Madinah Arabic textbook, and we're going to then, hopefully, inshallah, carry on from there. So, possessed and possessor. So there's going to be 3 or 4 points. Again, if you want to make notes, please make sure that you do, and we'll take things from there. Okay. And if there is a lag or something's not clear, please do ask to repeat that, and inshallah we'll take it from there. Okay. So possessed and possessor. So in the text of the Arabic language, you will always find that the possessed is always first, and then the possessor always comes afterwards. Now, there's certain rules which are related or connected to both the possessed and the possessor. Okay, now let's start with the possessed first. So the rules in relation to the possessor, which is here, are number one, it cannot accept alif lam or tanween. It cannot accept alif lam or tanween. And I clarified last time, tanween means double fatha, double kasra, double dhamma, which otherwise in the Arabic language, the double dhamma you will call double rafa', the double kasra you will call double jar, and then the double fatha you will call double nasab. I will be repeating this time and time again, inshallah. So therefore, inshallah, you'll get used to it. So for now, I'm going to just go by the terminology. So when it comes to the possessed, it is not allowed an alif lam or tanween. And I emphasize what the tanween was, which was double fatha, double kasra, double dhamma. Okay. But the default position of the possessed is that it always has a single rafa, always has a single rafa, a single dhamma. Okay, so that's the first point. And now we're going to go over to the possessor. So with the possessor, I've written 2 examples. So the possessor, point number 1, can accept alif lam or tanween. Can accept alif lam or tanween. Okay, when we mean tanween, we're referring to double jar. Okay, double kasra. Okay, so alif lam or tanween. Now, if there's no alif lam, then it will be double jar. But if there is alif lam, like in the bottom example over here, then the last letter will have a single jar. Because as I said, alif lam and tanween cannot come in one word. They are arch enemies. Okay. Point number 2, just to re-emphasize that the ending of the word, which is the possessor, will always be double kasra, double jar or single jar, depending on if it's alif lam or tanween. Okay, that's that. When you do the translation, you always do the translation from the possessor. Okay, so you will say Kitabu Muhammadin, Muhammad's book. Okay, Kitabul Mudarrisi, the teacher's book. Okay, so with this structure of possessed and possessor, it makes any non-specific noun specific. Why? Because it's creating a connection, a relationship to some object. So in the possessed and possessor, effectively, you are creating a relationship be by someone who is a possessor and an object. And that is the whole intention behind this sentence structure. So possessed and possessor, or otherwise known as in the Arabic language as mudaf and mudaf ilayh. Are there any questions so far? Any questions at all, please feel free to clarify. And any questions?
Just want to ask, I missed a little part. That the possessor, which comes after, it can accept alif, lam, and tanween.
Yes.
With double jar. It will always end with double jar. And there's one thing I missed in between.
Double jar or single jar.
Or single jar.
Yes, depending on whether that word is an alif lam. If it's an alif lam, then it'll be single.
Okay.
If there's no alif lam, then it'll be double.
Okay.
Okay. Now we're going to go back to the book, and I will emphasize and highlight as we go along, inshallah. Okay. Okay. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Right. I will read the first sentence just to give an idea of how things work. Okay. So that's very important that we get an idea of how this is working. So we have Sa'id and we have Yasir. Okay. So as you know, in the Arabic language translates as is. So Akitabu Muhammadin Hadha Ya Yasiru. Is this Muhammad's book? Is this, meaning Hadha, Muhammad's book, O Yasir? So there is a rule here as well, but I'm not going to emphasize that yet. Well, I want you to concentrate on possessed and possessor. So as you can see, Kitabu Muhammadin. So the possessed, by default, single rafa. It has no alif lam or tanween. Whereas the possessor allows alif lam or tanween, and based on that, it will either have a single or a double jar. And the translation is always done from the possessor to the possessed. Possessor to the possessed. La, no. Hada kitabu Hamidin. No, this is Hamid's book. So again, kitab, kitabu, by default, it has a rafa. It does not have any alif lam or tanween. Point number two, moving over to the possessor. It does not have any alif lam or tanween. And based on that, it will either have a single or double jar. Okay? And the translation has been done from the possessor to the possessed. Kitabu Hamidin. Hamid's book. Okay. Now, what's going to happen is I would like all of you to type your name in the chat box, and one at a time, read one sentence and translate, and then we move on to the next person. There are a few sentences here on page 37 before we move on to the next page. Okay.
Okay, so assalamu alaikum everyone. So if we can all have a go first, I think there's only a few people joining us today because for whatever reasons, okay, they are either traveling or whatever. So I think we just go around, everybody has a go. And I might even have a go myself as well, just to make up the numbers. So how about if we start with Faryal, Zainab, Kashmira, and Sarah, and Bilal, then I might join in as well. So Sister Faryal, you start first.
So should I do the question and answer both together? Because they're two lines, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no harm in it. I think, I don't know how many questions there are. I tell you what, let's do one line at a time. Okay.
Okay.
To start with.
So it's Sayyidun. Aina Kitabu Muhammadin. Where is the book of Muhammad?
Yeah, exactly. In fact, why don't you just do this because it follows on, right? So let's do
Okay,
that.
yeah, that's what I thought.
Makes
Then
sense.
Yasir has replied, Huwa تحت المكتب هناك. Huwa, because we use huwa for it and he as well. Okay. Huwa تحت المكتب. It is under the desk. هناك, I don't know.
Okay, so there are a few words there, obviously. Tahta, yeah, obviously the picture, it says it's underneath. And you got the table, okay? Hunaka. Hunaka is obviously, I believe, Salabrar, I guess it's like they're over there or something.
There or there?
Yeah, over there, because it's Kais, I mean, it implies it's there, right? Okay. So, yeah, great, alhamdulillah. Okay, so how about we do Sister Zainab, you go ahead with the next one, please.
So just before we move on, just a couple of points. So quite rightly, the sister indicated, so pronouns. So as we previously led, that pronouns are those words which add emphasis or reference to the main subject or the main noun. So huwa, which is he, masculine, hiya, which is feminine. So if it's referring back to a masculine or a feminine, you would say he and she accordingly. If it's referring to an object, then for huwa and hiya, it will remain with the translation of it.
Okay. So Sister Zainab, would you like to have a go at the next one?
Yes. Next, Aina Daftaru Ammarin. Where is Ammar register? Daftaru means register, right?
Okay, so can you just repeat that again one more time? The whole thing.
Am I audible?
Yeah, we can hear you. So let's repeat the whole line one more time. Sorry.
Aina Daftaru Ammarin. Where is Ammar register?
Okay, so yeah, so you have got the whole sentence correct. Daftaru, yeah.
Next,
what is daftaru, sister?
Daftaru means register.
So daftaru is notebook.
Notebook.
Yes, daftaru is notebook. So where is Ammar's notebook?
Okay. Next, I have to read or
Yes, please. Yes.
Yeah. Huwa alal maktabil mudarrisi. Am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah. Take your time, one word at a time, right? So huwa.
Huwa is male.
Yeah. So if you do huwa, what's huwa? Yeah, we're talking about the notebook, right? It, yeah.
Okay.
Huwa.
It's on the table.
Yeah, but whose table is it?
Mudarris.
Yeah, and what is that?
It's on Mudarris table. It's on the Mudarris table.
Yeah, so al-mudarrisi, what is that?
There is teacher.
Yeah. So complete it in translation again one more time. Yeah.
It's on the teacher's table.
Yes, very good. Exactly. So you asked first, Aina, where is the note Amir's notebook? And you replied by saying huwa ala al-maktabi al-mudarrisi, which means it is on the teacher's table. That's right, a desk. Yeah.
So just a quick couple of points there, sister. So what is huwa referring to?
Huwa is referring to Mudarris because it's a male name.
Are you sure? So look at the question again and then give me the answer. So what is huwa referring to? Remember, huwa is a pronoun. It's referring back to a noun, which is the main subject in discussion. So what is on the teacher's desk? That's what huwa is referring to. But what are we referring to? That's the question.
Maktab?
No, maktab is the place where that object is on. But what is huwa referring to? Remember, it refers back to a noun previously before it, which has happened. So the question is, Aina daftaru Ammarin? Where is Ammar's? What's daftar?
Notebook.
Notebook. Fantastic. Now, daftar, is it masculine or feminine?
Masculine.
Fantastic. Now, here we've got huwa. So what's huwa referring back to?
Daftar.
Exactly. So we are saying the daftar. So the huwa, because daftar is masculine, therefore the pronoun which is used is masculine. So we are saying it is on the teacher's desk. But what is on the teacher's desk? We as the audience would like to know. So therefore, huwa is referring back to a noun. But what are we talking about? We are talking about daftar. Is that okay?
Okay, I got it. Yeah, I got it. I don't know
Good.
before this. Mhm.
No worries. Slowly but surely. Second question. The possessed, as a rule of thumb, I said it always has the default position is always that it has a single rafa. It has a single rafa. Now the question is, why has it got a single jar? Why? Can you tell me? Why has it got a single jar? What could be the reason?
Because al is there.
Because of?
Alif lam is there. That's why.
Because of ala before it. Because of?
Yeah. Ala.
Ala, yes.
Alif lam. Yeah.
So this you call ala.
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 Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
not alif lam. Alif lam is referring to this. Okay. This is known as ala. So this is one of the 4 words that we learned, huruful jar. Those words that when they're added onto any noun, they give the ending a jar. So that's why maktab, the single rafa, changed to a single jar because of ala. So this is how all the rules we've learned so far are coming into play. Okay. So what is important, and that's why I'm slowing down at the moment, is the application of the rules, which is really important. Okay. Jazakallah. Next person.
Okay, so let's, Brother Bilal, please go ahead with the next 2 sentences.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. 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 So, okay. Sa'idun. Okay. Sa'id is asking from Ali, right? Qalamu man hadha ya Aliyu, right? Whose pen is this? Ali, right? And Ali is replying, Hadha qalamul mudarrisi. This is teacher's pen. It's teacher's pen, or it's teacher's pen.
Hada, what's hada? You remember hada?
Hadha qalamul mudarrisi.
Yeah. So translation in English.
So it's teacher's pen. Hada. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, remember hada, and hada means this, right?
This, this is teacher's pen.
This
is teacher's pen.
Exactly.
Okay.
This is teacher's pen, or this is this is
the teacher's pen.
Kafish. Al-Mudarrisi, the teachers. So very important. So what I'm going to be doing is now, because we've learned a few rules, I am going to be picking out everything. I will be picking your brains and I will be firing arrows in every direction. But inshallah, your understanding of sentence structures will improve, inshallah. So Mudarrisi. Question to you.
I was going to say, it's interesting. You say, normally we say kalamun, kitabun, these words. But as you said, because now we're talking about possessed and the possessor, right? The object of the possessed, the object here is kalam, which is the pen, right? It says kalamu. You've dropped a dhamma, right? So that's single, kalamu. Yeah, because it's being belonged to somebody, right? And obviously the following word is the possessor, which is al-mudarrisi, kasra on the end.
Absolutely, yeah. Quick question to you, Brother Bilal. So in this sentence here, can you tell me which is the possessed and the possessor? Now I want you to think very carefully because it's there, but I want you to work out based on the translation. What is the possessed and the possessor in this sentence here? قلم من هذا يا علي? What is the possessor and what is the possessed? If you can tell me. Bismillah.
Because in the next one we see kalamul mudarrisu, so we know that kalam is the possessor and mudarris is possessed. No. Kalam is possessed and mudarris is possessor in the second one. But you're talking about the first one. So the kalam is possessed and man haza is possessor because there's a question mark. No?
Very close, very close, very close.
Ali is the one.
Yeah, Ali is the possessed. He possesses something, that he owns something, yeah?
Yeah.
He owns the pen.
So here the possessed and the possessor will be qalamu man. Now the hint behind that is we in the last 2 weeks have got used to knowing the possessor, but who said that a case will never arise where we don't know the possessor? That could happen as well, and that's exactly happened here. Qalamu man, whose pen is this? Oh, Ali. So man has come in the place of the possessor. So the person asking the question, Saeed, he doesn't know whose pen. So man is here the possessor. Qalam is a possessed. But the question is, we don't know who the possessor is. And that's what Saeed is asking, oh Ali. So Ali replies, it is the mudarris's qalam. So what you would then do after receiving the answer, you would substitute man for al-mudarris. So this could happen where the possessor will be unknown. Okay? So we are having differing situations, but I just want you to understand. We've pointed out 3 or 4 questions. So I'm asking the questions with points in mind. So please take note. Okay, next one.
That was a trick question, right? So that's interesting. Okay, Sister Kashmira, I know you're having difficulties with the internet, but would you like to try the next one, please?
Sayyidun aina hafiyatul mudarrisi. Aliyun hiya tahatal maktabi. So Saeed is asking Hakiyatun. What is Hakiyat?
So let's start one word at a time. What's the first word Saeed is saying?
Aina.
Aina. That means?
Aina.
Aina. Aina. It means where.
Yeah,
where. Aina. Aina. Right. Okay. And this is a new vocab word as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Hakibatu. This one I believe, I mean, I can't remember. I think it's a bag or something. Bag.
Yes.
MashaAllah.
Okay, I don't normally have these words. Okay, Aina, it's a Hakibatu. Okay, bag, where bag, and then the third word. What's the third word?
Mudarrisi.
Okay, so it's something about where a bag and the teacher, right? So how do you translate that in English? How do you read it? How do you say it in English then?
Where is the teacher's bag?
Yeah, excellent. Really good. Really good. Okay. And then what Aliyun says what?
Aliyun says here tahatal maktabi. The teacher's bag is on the desk.
Okay. So there's a picture of the bag. So there's new word in the middle here.
Under the desk.
Under. Yeah. So now we have so you got Hakibatu, which is the bag, and that means under.
Under the desk.
Yeah. So let's read that one more time, the second line, right? Just to make sure that you're comfortable with it.
Aliyun hiya تحت المكتب. The
Exactly.
teacher's bag is under the desk.
Yeah, exactly.
Just in one point here, sister, it's here. So if you could translate here first. What
She.
is it she? So this is gonna
She.
now this is
It's a pronoun.
it's a pronoun. Fantastic. So this is going to lead to my next question. Here is a pronoun.
Yeah.
What is it referring to?
It's referring to the bag,
Which is
hakiyatu, no?
haqibatu. Ha?
Hakibatu,
Good. Here is masculine or feminine?
feminine.
Good. Therefore, it's referring back to haqibatu. So how do we know that this is feminine, haqibatu?
Two, the small ta.
Fantastic. So generally, the rule is whenever you see a small ta at the end of words, generally it is considered feminine, although you will have certain exceptions. Okay, so here, meaning the bag is under the desk. Okay, fantastic. Sister Zainab, you have a question?
Yes. Here, Aina Hakibatu. Why it's Hakibatu? Bag, it's like masculine, na? Or feminine, or I'm confused here.
In Arabic, is feminine. In Arabic, is feminine. So again, sometimes it does depend on the word that comes in, because a lot of this was an interesting discussion I was having with one of my students yesterday, and I was saying that when we learn languages, the vocab that we have or the words that we receive from our instructors or teachers, these are defined on certain parts of society. So it can be based on culture, tradition, history, the norm, the usage of certain words within the society, and that's how we come up with words. So one thing which is really rife or common amongst the Arabs at the moment, especially many Arab countries, they have what you call slang language. Like in the UK, we have slang English. Okay, so I will say, isn't this a bag? Slang English would be, ain't it a bag? Ain't it? Ain't. So that's slang. Okay, so in the very same way, in the Arabic language, you have the slang Arabic, which is known as lugha amiyya. Amiyya meaning the common language, the general language, or street language. Okay.
Lugatu?
Amiyya.
Amaya.
Yes, Amiyya is what we call as slang Arabic. So there are many communities in the Arab countries who don't speak Fusha. They don't speak classical Arabic. Okay. Instead, they speak what we might call modern Arabic or street Arabic, slang Arabic. Okay. So that's why sometimes some of these words, the usage is based on some of these factors. So with bag here, it's referring to haqiba. So this is referring to more your sort of school bag or any other general bag. But there may be other words. I've not come across one as yet, which is masculine. But at this moment in time, for now, let's consider it to be feminine, inshallah.
So it means in Arabic, every meaning have a gender. Every
Yes,
word meaning.
Absolutely, yes. Either it's a
So
masculine.
how we come to know this is a masculine and this is a feminine? How we come to know then?
So far, we know that any words which have a small ta, it's a feminine. And if it's not, then it's a masculine. So on our journey of Madinah Arabic, that's what we know so far. But what we don't know, inshallah, we will find out in the future.
Okay.
If I give too much information, it's going to be very confusing. So what I'm trying to do is not explain some rules that may be apparent and save them for a later time so that the main rules are learned. So far, any words which have a small ta, they are considered feminine. And if they don't, they're masculine. So for now, that's what I would like you to remember. As we go along in the Madinah Arabic journey, there will be other rules, and slowly but surely, based on the texts and the questions that we receive, that will change. Is that okay?
Yes, clear.
Okay. Okay, Jazakallah khair. I hope that answers the question.
We have a question. Is the ta there called a ta marbuta?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. So some people call it ta marbuta. There may be a reason behind that, but one logical reason I came up, rabt in Arabic means to tie or to join. So because the ta is joined, therefore they call it ta marbuta. Marbut is from rabt. Rabt means tied or joined. So marbut is stems from the word rabt, which means tied up. So because the ta is tied up, therefore is known as ta marbuta. There could be other reasonings, but I'm not aware of. But just looking at the logical and the linguistical approach, that's why it's called ta marbuta. But as I said, there could be other reasons, because the fascination of learning any language is to really dive deep into the meanings of words and how that can develop into different situations. Just like I said earlier on in our course, the word wuquf, okay? Or we had the word standing, waqifun. So waqifun is from the word waqafa. Waqafa means to pause. From that same word, or that same root word, we have wuquf, which is the pauses used in the Quran, meaning whenever you finish the ayat of the Quran, you stop at certain stages. In the very same way, from waqafa, to stop, we had waqifun. Why? Because when you stand, generally you are stationary. I've not really known anyone who's standing on the go. That logically doesn't make sense. So waqifun is from waqafa. Waqafa means to stop. So because a person has stopped, therefore we assume and define that as standing, meaning waqifun. So this is the beauty of the Arabic language, and this is how things connect up, inshallah. So we will go through more of these questions and more of these reasonings as we go along. But what I do want you to understand is the rules. That's the most important. But a very good question. Jazakallah khair. Marbuta, is it Urdu word or Arabic? Well, I would like to think initially it's Arabic, but also I think and I believe that the usage is quite wide in the Urdu language as well. Okay, rabt. So rabt in Urdu also means to join. So what you will find there are especially quite a lot of the Urdu which is used in literature, or some of the Urdu which is used in some textbooks, they do take up a lot of words from the Arabic language. And you will see this in other languages that you will learn also or come across, that they do borrow words from other languages. Like in the Urdu language or in the Urdu textbooks, you find quite a lot of words from the Farsi language, the Persian language. You will find words from the Arabic language. You will find words from English at certain times. So this is how it interchanges. And this is the beautiful thing about language. Okay. I hope that answers the question. Right. So we've got 3 questions here. I'm not going to look back at the texts, but whoever is brave enough to answer these questions, I want you to give an answer. But keep it simple and keeping in mind the rules that we have learned. Okay. So if you can put your names in the chat box, those who are the brave ones, to read the question, translate, provide an answer and translate. Now we're going to really see where our rules join up.